Hi, and welcome to my very first video tutorial on how to make ribbon sculpture hair clips. And since it's Christmas, the holiday season, I decided to show y'all how to make a poinsettia. So what you need is going to be 12 2.5-inch red pieces of grosgrain ribbon and 3 3-inch pieces of green grosgrain ribbon. And something for the middle, which I like to put 3 gold bells. You can tie knots in ribbon if you want, but I can't make a perfectly round knot, so I just use the bells. You'll also need a lighter to seal the edges, and a hot glue gun and scissors to cut out your ribbon. So you start by heat sealing all your edges. You just light it and run it along the edge to seal it so it doesn't fray. And you do that with all your ribbon. Okay, now that all the ribbon is heat sealed, now you need to turn all of these red pieces into the petals. So to do that, you just fold it completely in half and make a crease. And when you open it, you'll see where your crease is, right there. Just put a very thin line of hot glue. It's a little too thick, but it's okay. Along that crease, fold it back in half, and be careful not to burn your finger when the glue oozes out the ends. Glue that together, and if any glue oozes out, just smooth it off or cut it off. Now it's glued there. Now you just take it and hold it sideways and fold it like an awareness ribbon over like that. A little like that. Get it into the shape of a petal where it's folded. Hold it in the back and work some glue right up under that edge. Doesn't take much, and again, be careful not to burn your fingers. I've done this so many times my fingers don't have feeling in them. And that's one petal. And you're going to do that with all 12 of your ribbons. Actually all 13, or 16. But right now we're just focusing on the red. 15. I can't count. Fold it in half. Make a crease. Open it back up. Small line of glue along that crease. Fold it shut. Corner to corner. Then glue in there. Don't worry about the strings, or even if a little bit of glue eases out, you can just take the lighter and get it hot again later and work it off of there. It's not a big deal. But I don't think you want to sit here and watch me do all of these petals, so I'll be back as soon as all the petals are finished. Okay, I'm back, and I've made all the little petals. Forgot to mention I don't know if you would want to, I use a little scrap piece of 3/8 inch ribbon. Well, actually that's 7/8 inch ribbon. It's about 3/4 inches long, heat sealed at both ends. I'm just going to use this as a base to start the petals on. I mean, you can glue them together if you want to start like that, but I like to use a base. And since you're not going to see it except on the bottom, it doesn't make a difference what color it is. But I'm going to show you one more time how to do that with the green ribbon this time. Fold it in half, make a crease, little string of glue across there, fold it in half, then fold it awareness style, like that, to make the leaf. And since it's a longer ribbon, you'll see a little gap right there if you want the little gap in your leaf. If not, fold it closer. It doesn't really matter. You can see that leaf has a little gap. That one not so much. Does not affect how adorably cute it turns out. Glue right there. I recommend you have a precision tip glue gun. And don't burn your fingers. And if it oozes out and makes that gross little smear right there, just get it hot. It'll work it off of there. There. And then that's the leaves. But to start, we're going to start with the petals to assemble the flower. So you take your little piece that you had there and just kind of put it on the corner. Just make it a little base for it to sit on. I like to hold it in the back and flip it down. You can just let it go and glue it and freehand it, but once I get it in place, I like to hold it there. A little bit of glue on there. And that's the first petal. Now I work in a cross pattern. Just put another one on this side. Right there. Next piece, overlap it a little bit onto those pieces, just right in the middle. And on these, now at this point I think I can pretty much eyeball it. A little too much glue. I really dislike that glue gun. Either it doesn't give me enough or it gives me too much. Put it right there. Another petal. It's going to go right there. And that's your first layer. Petals. Now for the second layer, you don't want to center it over here because there is going to be another layer on top. And you're either going to cover these petals or have an uneven flower. So you need to put it more like that. So you still have space right here for the final layer. So you have 4 on each side. A little bit of glue. And one there. Next side. That's about right. And hold one down there. Okay, I'm back because unknown to me the camera decided to stop. It didn't tell me and I got the whole flower made, so I had to tear it apart back down to the point where the camera stopped. So ignore all the glue residue. We're just going to cover it back up anyway. So anyway, where was I? I was right here on the third one. Second layer, third petal. Be sure to keep that over on that edge so you have room for one more petal on this side. Yep, the whole flower was made. It was all pretty. Looked at the camera. It had run out of space on the memory card. Last petal on the second layer. Now you have 2 layers. Last layer, I'm going to kind of bring it in toward the middle right here so that whenever you cover it with your bells or whatever you choose to put in the middle, you don't see the edges. And you're centering that between those 2 petals. And again, instead of going in a circle, I'm going to do the cross just to get it even. Glue your finger to it. Last petal. And now the flower's made, and that's what it looks like. Pull all the glue strings off. You can just take your source of fire, go over it, get all those strings melted off. Now, here's what the back of it looks like. And there's the front. So let's put the petals on it. I mean, leaves. So, since you're using 3 leaves, I'm using 3 leaves. You can use more leaves than that if you want. You can have leaves all the way around it. You can have no leaves. But I'm using 3 leaves. So every 4 petals, you're going to put a leaf, just to make it even. So I think I'm going to put it between here. See how it came out with a little space there, but a big space there? I'm going to put a petal right there. And it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, a petal right here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, a petal right here. So, just get it however you want it positioned on there. In the back. glue in there. Glue it in place. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you put it after the 4th petal. So between your leaves you have 4 petals. Okay. Sometimes you gotta push a little leaf out of the way. I mean a petal. You don't know the difference between petals and leaves. Once again, I'm just going to hold it in place, peel it back. And that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So after the 4th petal, you put the final leaf in there. And there's your flower with the leaves. Now, we'll put the bells on it, or whatever you're going to put in the middle. On this one, I had tied knots, but I don't know how to tie a perfectly round knot, and I just don't like the look of that. If you like the look of it, or if you can tie knots, you can just tie knots in 3/8 inch, pull it tight, but I didn't like that. I thought it was pretty with the pink though. You can do pink or white, whatever color you want your poinsettia to be. I found a real poinsettia has the yellow center, so the gold bells work really cute. So to put the bells in, since there's 3 of them, you're just gonna line them up. I usually glue down 2, and then the final one, but I put them with the little place to tie the bell on facing down. And it's done. If you really want to make those, you can give it a little fold, because it's going to naturally want to fold backward. If you really want to make these petals stand up here, the leaves stand up here, you can put a little bit of glue along your petal right there, just along the edge, just a touch, to make that leaf stick to it. Right there. This is only if you want to. I'm kind of a perfectionist. Got way too much glue on there. But see how it kind of pulls the leaf forward instead of letting it flop back like that? It just really helps it to stand up. Really just want to put it along the edge, not on the front. See, it just kind of sticks forward. Doesn't take much, just enough to give it a little sticky. it's done. Now you can put this on a partially lined alligator clip if you want. You just line an alligator clip and then glue it out. So then it ends up looking like you got 4 leaves. It's cute. But with this one, I actually made a woven ribbon headband. I'm gonna knock the camera over. What happened to my center? Here it is. I'm gonna glue it to the headband. Just like that. On the side. So, put a little glue in the center. Find where you want to put it on the headband. Stick it on. And it's done. You can take and clean up all the glue strings now and get all the extra glue off of it. But I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I'm actually about to make a second tutorial for the Christmas holiday season where we learn how to make a snowflake. A 6-sided snowflake. This is a big one. Actually going to show you how to make the smaller one, which is just about the same size as that for hair clips. But that will be in another tutorial. Please subscribe, and thank you for watching.